Slept good, again. Just got a good night's sleep, and we had a lot earlier start. We had a 5 a.m. meet time.
We're obviously going to drive a ways, and so that gets you excited thinking that, hey, they're going to really take us to someplace special. We're going to go a long ways. You know, the first person I walk by is Edwin, and, you know, both of us have 2 wins in Major League Fishing, and you want to be the first guy to be 3. You know, you can feel the tension. You know, there's a buzz in the air.
It's going to take everything I've got to win this championship round. You know, it's a stout field. I really like to win a 3rd, you know. It's, I mean, that's what we're all here fishing for, is to win. So whether it was the first one, second one, or the 3rd one, I wanted to win really, really bad going into this championship round.
For the final round of the Summit Cup, the finalists found themselves with the earliest wake-up call of the tournament.
5 a.m. takeoff. Man, we're passing lake after lake after lake after lake. Public access, public access. I was like, good night. How many lakes do we have to pass to this one we're going to? It better be a Jim Dandy.
We drove roughly, I don't know, somewhere between, I don't know, 1,200 and 1,500 miles to get to where we were going. And part of that was on a dirt road.
The way going in, the final little drive was a gravel road, and then a gravel road into another gravel road. And the gravel road going to the launch ramp was like a single lane.
We all thought we was going deer hunt, to be honest with you, because we drove down this 1-lane road, and we was looking for bears and elk, moose. I've seen this stuff on TV. I've never been in this part of the country.
Where in the hell are we?
All right, here we are at Turtle Lake. All right, there's 2 sections that are off limits.
So we get our map, it's Turtle Lake. You can't really tell a whole lot from the map. It does look like a deeper lake.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm lost like I have been all week.
There are so many lakes, I feel like they're running out of names. So they just name them whatever. The lake that we fished today was Turtle Lake, and I saw 1 turtle today. So maybe that was the turtle that they named the lake after.
Sounds good to me. Turtle Lake. This was a stacked field. I was the only guy in the field that's never won an Angler Year or the Classic. They're in the prime of their careers. They got a wealth of knowledge, and it's the who's who of bass fishing that I fished against today.
It's such a scary field. No, I'm serious. It's like the scariest field ever.
Everybody's really kind of quiet this morning. There wasn't a lot of talk going on. I just, you know, I was the last boat in, so literally once my boat got off the trailer, everybody said go. And we had 30 minutes to run around.
Docks have been key for me this week. Bungee whips have been key for me this week. So that's kind of what I was looking for.
Lines in, that's the start of the first period. Here we go.
I knew right away that the docks probably wasn't going to be the deal. These docks just didn't set up right. They were super, super, super shallow. And I'm just covering water. I'm covering water with a buzz bait. I'm covering water with a swim bait. And, you know, I catch a few fish on the buzz bait. I think I catch a few on the swim bait. And I come to this bridge. It was a little walkway going out to an island where people live or vacation or whatever. Something told me that they probably smallmouth live on that bridge because it was so deep. You know, I dug deep in my rod box for a dowel spinning rod because I usually bury them pretty deep. Felt terrible for getting it out. Painful to get a drop shot out this early in the day. I did. I put a Strike King half shell on, and the first pitch over that bridge, God, what a call. Get away from that pile. Drop shot this early in the morning. First cast ever with the half shell. I'm on the first pitch, and I'm thinking, man, there's probably a school of them on this little walkway, and, you know, it didn't work out like that. I fished the whole thing. I ended up catching another one after I'd done fished it a while. You know, there towards the end of the period, I just started covering more water with the buzz bait and was able to catch another one close to 3 pounds. Yes. I
I ran a few places, passed some really good ones, but the time ran up, you know, and before I could go back. So I started on this one bank and actually had a bite. That's a measurable fish. The little tiny one, and Ike Nelly was right behind me. He caught one. And they were like both like, I could tell Ike's was small and mine was tiny. I was like, oh, maybe this is just catch as many as you can.
15 ounces.
I really focused on looking at some of these rock structures. And the one rock structure I looked at, I saw birds around it. I saw loons, I saw a few seagulls, and I saw some bait.
Oh, God.
You know, I started with a top water, and I think I caught 3 keepers on it. You know, what happened is, as that morning progressed, the wind kept building. You know, the wind disrupts the surface. It makes it harder for the fish to see the bait. It makes the fish more active. You know, once that wind picked up, I shifted from a top water to a lure that's probably one of the best in windy conditions, and it's a vibrating jig. Green pumpkin, ½ ounce, little bit of chartreuse on the trailer. Perfect imitation of what they were eating in this lake, and that was yellow perch and bluegill.
There's a big one.
And then I caught a smallmouth, over 3 pounds, on that vibrating jig.
Major League Fishing, baby. The smell of money.
When you throw a big one into the mix, then your eyes really get big because it becomes a really viable pattern.
You know, fishing is a game of trusting the voices inside your head.
You know, the period's getting ready to end. I'm having a good period, but I'm not in the lead. I pull into an area that is a pocket, and it's a pocket that's created by an island and a sandbar. And the really unique thing about this pocket is that the wind is piping into it, creating current down that chute, and it's pushing all that bait into that pocket. I went in there and caught 2 keepers. Now I'm going to be going into the break leading by a little bit, but leading. The other thing it did is it showed me that this was a special spot.
The first period was not as productive for the 2 in the field looking for their 3rd cup titles.
I'm screwing off. I don't need to be doing this. You know, that whole first period, I was still kind of scrambling, trying to figure out. I'd caught a largemouth on a frog. I caught a 2.5 pound smallmouth out off a dock in about 12, 13 foot of water. And then I caught another smallmouth in about 22 foot of water. I just thought, man, this is a smallmouth lake looking at it. And I never did get them going.
Biggest thing is you want to, you know, try to get a clue with something that's not steering you in the wrong direction.
I focused on smallmouth right off the get-go, just thinking that this was a classic smallmouth lake, and I just could not get anything going. But the way the score tracker was going, I knew that, you know, the next stop might be the one where you catch 2 or 3 real quick and you're right back in the game.
Edwin, 10 minutes remaining in period 1. Your 3 fish weigh 5 pounds and 1 ounce. You hold the 5th place spot. Kevin Van Dam is yet to weigh a scoreable bass.
You see the names, you know, you see Kevin's not catching them. So it kind of in the back of my mind thinks, man, that smallmouth deal's not really happening. You know, that or there's not smallmouth in the lake.